So I'm sure you heard.
Bombshell lawsuit accuses Jay-Z and Sean Diddy Combs of raping a 13-year-old girl.
And today I have the court doc, and we're going to go over the portion of it that mentions Jay-Z, and we're going to hear what Jay-Z has to say about these allegations. So let's get into it. So the court doc was filed by a woman named Jane Doe. Obviously, she was 13 at the time. So the court doc reads, defendant Sean Combs, aka P. Diddy, aka Puff Daddy, aka Diddy, aka PD, aka Love, along with his longtime friend and collaborator Sean Carter, Jay-Z, drugged and raped a 13-year-old girl at an after party following the 2000 Video Music Awards. Another celebrity stood by and watched as Combs and Carter took turns assaulting the minor. Many were present at the after party, but did nothing to stop the assault. He believes he is above the law. He is not. His close friend Sean Carter has been with Combs during many of these instances described herein. Both perpetrators must face justice. Defendant Sean Carter is a male who, on information and belief, maintains residences in both New York and Los Angeles. Defendant Carter is more commonly known by his industry name Jay-Z. Carter identified in plaintiff's original complaint as Celebrity A. Prior to the filing of this amendment complaint, Carter received a letter from plaintiff's counsel requesting a mediation to resolve this letter. Upon present information and belief, Jay-Z responded to this letter by not only filing an utterly frivolous lawsuit, but also by orchestrating a conspiracy of harassment, bullying, and intimidation against plaintiff's lawyers, their families, employees, and former associates in an attempt to silence plaintiff from naming Jay-Z herein. The effort was meant to scare plaintiff and discredit her counsel. The effort failed. Indeed, plaintiff chose to file the amendment as a result of this egregious conduct perpetrated by Carter. On or around October 7, 2000, plaintiff, then was 13 years old, had a friend drop her off at Radio City Music Hall in New York so she could try to attend the VMAs. Attending the VMAs was on plaintiff's bucket list as she believed she could gain entry. Plaintiff arrived at the venue and saw large crowds gathering as artists and entertainers began arriving. Plaintiff was very excited. As the event began, much of the crowd moved inside, but the plaintiff without a ticket remained outside with others and watched the VMAs on the Jumbotron. Determined to get into the VMAs or the after party, she approached several limousine drivers parked nearby and attempted to talk her way into either. One of the limousine drivers she spoke to claimed to work for defendant Combs. The driver told her that Combs liked young girls and she fit, quote, what Diddy was looking for. And while not allowing her into the awards, the driver invited her to an after party. The driver stated that he had to drive Combs and others to the after party first, but instructed plaintiff to return to his location after the event, and he picked her up to take her to the after party. Later that evening, plaintiff excitedly returned to the same location and waited for what seemed to her a long time. The driver eventually returned and drove her to what he described as an after party. After approximately 20 minutes, plaintiff arrived at what she believed to be a large white residence with a gated U-shaped driveway. Once inside, two men asked plaintiff to sign a document which plaintiff did not read, but which she now believes to have been a non-disclosure agreement. She was told that she could not discuss what happened at the after party. She gave the men her name and she signed the form, but did not receive a copy. Inside the building, plaintiff recognized many celebrities as she entered to what appeared to be a large living room or foyer containing a large crowd. Plaintiff attempted to mingle in the crowd. She talked to several celebrities that she recognized and whom she wanted to see at the VMA. Waitstaff circulated the room carrying trays and drinks, and loud music played throughout the venue. Plaintiff observed widespread drug use, including marijuana and cocaine. After attempting to talk to numerous celebrities, plaintiff accepted a drink from one of the waitresses circling the crowd. The drink was a reddish-yellow mixture that tasted like orange juice, cranberry juice, and something bitter. After drinking just a portion of the drink, plaintiff began to feel woozy and lightheaded, making her need to lie down. A photograph of an actual exemplary container used by Combs and his or her agents, employees to insert GHB into alcoholic drinks is seen below. Looking for a place to rest, plaintiff walked down what appeared to be a hallway containing several rooms. Off of it, she entered what appeared to be an empty bedroom so she can lie down for a moment. She did not lock the door. The room contained a large bed with no furniture of any kind, television, or furnishings. Soon after, Combs entered the room along with the defendant Carter and a female celebrity, Celebrity B. Plaintiff immediately recognized all three celebrities. Combs aggressively approached plaintiff with a crazed look in his eye and grabbed her and said, "You ready to party?" Combs then threw plaintiff toward the wall, causing plaintiff to fall. Plaintiff got up and stumbled, at which point Combs grabbed her again and threw her on the bed. At that point, Carter began removing plaintiff's clothes as she grew more and more disoriented. Plaintiff was held down by Carter as he vaginally raped her while Combs and Celebrity B watched. After Carter finished, he stepped back towards the wall. Combs then stepped forward and vaginally raped plaintiff while Carter and Celebrity B watched. Combs then knocked plaintiff down and attempted to force plaintiff to perform oral sex on him. She fought back, standing up quickly and punching out at the same time, hitting Combs in the neck. Taken aback, Combs stopped his attempt. While Combs backed away in surprise, plaintiff grabbed her clothes and shoes and ran out the bedroom, holding her dress in front like a towel. She ran around the residence until she found the front and was able to leave the party. So Jay-Z responded to this court doc literally the day after it was filed, and the statement reads,
"These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away, would you not agree? These alleged victims would deserve real justice if that were the case. This lawyer, who I have done a bit of research on, seems to have a pattern of these type of theatrics. I have no idea how you have come to be such a deplorable human, Mr. Busby, but I promise you I have seen your kind many times over. I'm more than prepared to deal with your type. You claim to be a Marine? Marines are known for their valor. You have neither honor nor dignity. My only heartbreak is for my family. My wife and I will have to sit our children down, one of whom is at the age where her friends will surely see the press and ask questions about the nature of these claims, and explain the cruelty and greed of people. I mourn yet another loss of innocence. Children should not have to endure such at their young age. It is unfair to have to try to understand inexplicable degrees of malice meant to destroy families and human spirit. My heart and support goes out to true victims in the world, who have to watch how their life story is dressed in costume for profitability by this ambulance chaser in a cheap suit. You have made a terrible error in judgment, thinking that all celebrities are the same. I'm not from your world. I'm a young man who made it out of the project of Brooklyn. We don't play these types of games. We have very strict codes and honor. We protect children. You seem to exploit people for personal gain. Only your network of conspiracy theorists, fake physics, will believe the idiotic claims you have levied against me that, if not for the seriousness surrounding harm to kids, would be laughable. I look forward to showing you just how different I am."
So basically, Jay-Z is addressing the lawyer, Tony Busby, of the thin 13-year-old who accused Jay-Z of rape. And I find it really odd that he's not even addressing the person who accused him of rape as a child. He's also not even denying these allegations, which is even more weird. So he's basically telling the lawyer to file a criminal lawsuit instead of a civil lawsuit. And I'm sure you guys are aware that with a civil lawsuit, it's possible that you can receive monetary compensation, kind of similar to the Diddy and Cassie lawsuit that played out, where she won the $30 million settlement literally a day after she filed the suit. But basically, Jay-Z is suggesting that this is all made up and fake, and he's suggesting that this is a money grab because they decided to file a civil lawsuit instead of a criminal lawsuit. But let's be real here. We all remember that Cassie filed the lawsuit against Diddy, and Diddy ended up coughing up $30 million literally the next day. He ended up settling. So just because someone decides to file a civil lawsuit does not mean there's no legitimacy in the rape accuser's claim. So if we consider the history of Diddy and Jay-Z, we know that they are friends. We've seen them in numerous photos together. We've seen them do projects that they've worked on together. And one of the most recent images and videos that went viral, I think a lot of people can remember this, is the photo and the video of several famous Black celebrities. They were toasting to their success with one another. And many people perceive that moment to be a positive, inspirational moment because you had a bunch of Black successful people in one room. And I'm sure it felt good seeing their success because it showed that if they could do it, then you could do it too. Let me play the clip.
And it's different than when it was 2016. You know, the game has been elevated. As we can tell, there's no expense being spared. We had a Black billionaire's lunch. You understand?
Right.
And we here together, and we're going to keep staying together. We getting tighter. You know what I'm saying? And united we stand, and ain't nothing else to us. Black excellence.
Okay, in life, guys, not only do you get one, you writing a book. The question of the day is, how do you want your book to end? I'm around a bunch of men that are doing amazing things in their life. Basically, you're writing chapters. Chapters get good, they get better, some get worse. It's your job to complete that book to the best of your ability. My question today is, are you focused on the ending of your book? And if so, how great do you want to make it?
Wow.
Right? This nigga man. Fuck that, more chapters too.
And I think I can speak for most people and say that this clip has not aged well. It is probably definitely not seen in a positive light considering all the allegations now. But I remember when this video had surfaced, I remember an article that I had stumbled upon titled "The Black Elite Will Not Save Us" by Jordan McGowan. It's a very quick read, but basically the article critiques the role of the Black elite in addressing systemic issues facing Black communities in America. So individuals like Jay-Z, Barack Obama, or LeBron James, they're very highly celebrated for their success. Basically, the author argues that their wealth and influence does little to challenge the structures that hold Black people back. So basically, he's saying that they come across as performative, like showing performative gestures rather than, making some sort of tangible change. The article calls for people to stop relying on the elites to save us, emphasizing that the true change will come from the efforts of the people. But like I said, I suggest you check it out. It is a great read. But let's also segue back to the topic. So yeah, I find it really hard to believe that Jay-Z has had no idea what Diddy has been up to. And I find it hard to believe that Jay-Z has just been hanging on the sidelines this whole time and not participating in all these shenanigans. But that is speculation on my end. I want to know, do you guys think that birds of a feather, they flock together in this situation? What do you guys think? And so I want to also point out that Jay-Z does have a history of having friends like this who have accusations as such. Let's not forget about Jay-Z and R Kelly. Everyone knows R Kelly was convicted of sex crimes, and we all know the history, and we definitely cannot forget. But does anyone remember the Jay-Z and R Kelly song called "Guilty Until Proven Innocent"? So if you haven't heard it, I suggest you take a listen, but these are the lyrics of the song. Unfortunately, I don't think I can play it here, but we'll take a look at the lyrics, so take a look here. So R. Kelly sings over the verse. He says, "Y'all cats can't touch me, you can't touch me, no you can't touch me. Jigga, Kelly, not guilty. Try to charge me, but I'm not guilty. I got all my mommies, I got all my mommies. You want from me, tell me what you want from me, I'm not guilty." And then Jay-Z also goes and raps on his own verses on there. So I find this song to be very ironic because R. Kelly is now in jail, and now Jay-Z has allegations that are surfacing that kind of seem to be sticking at this point. And let's not forget that we've been hearing about Jay-Z accusations for quite some time now, but none of them have really stuck or made an impact like this one has. I think we all remember the Aaliyah and R. Kelly situation where Aaliyah was 15 years old, R. Kelly was 27 years old, and they ended up getting married. Aaliyah was underage. I think they had lied about her age and said she was 18, and then they had to annul the marriage. So that's pretty much the type of company that Jay-Z keeps around him. And during this time, Jay-Z and R. Kelly were still making music together. But I'm very interested to see what's going to happen in this instance and how it all plays out. Beyonce and Jay-Z have been at the top of their game for quite some time now. They're literally called the queen and king of their genres. And it would be wild to see all these celebrities we grew up watching go down for sex crimes. I can't help but think that I remember being a kid and I remember being a super fan of so many of these celebrities. I wanted to meet them so badly. I wanted to be around them. And I can't help but think that I'm so thankful that my life had never taken me into a room with many of these people. But like the song says, guilty until proven innocent. So we shall see how this turns out. But this is pretty much the update on this case. What do you guys think about this? Do you think Jay-Z did it? I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.